Welcome to Race 1, Season 1 of the Ally Cup Series downhill racing. And the cars taken on today's race, there are 36 of them. Several back markers, but also several well-known NASCAR Cup Series drivers, such as like Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott. And it's not going to be the first car to reach the end of the hot wheel track. It's actually going to be whoever makes it the furthest, and there's going to be different rounds. The top 8 in the first round will move on to the second round, and then the top 4 from there will go on to a race for the win, similar to the championship 4. Whoever goes furthest wins. Now, first up, we have the 1 of Kurt Busch and the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Also, sorry if I don't know the people who are signed up for different cars, so it's going by their drivers at the moment, not the sign-ups. So, the 1 of Kurt Busch and the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Here we go. Brad Keselowski does not get going. He's stalled at the top, but Kurt Busch gets a decent runoff. So Brad Keselowski wouldn't be surprised if he ends up last. He just doesn't go. Kurt Busch over. Is he off screen? Yeah, he is off screen. Sorry for that. No, don't know if what y'all would rather see. Gotta move my stand. So, y'all can put in the comments what angle you'd rather have, if it's going down the track or the finishing positions. Anyways, today we're going by numbers. So next is the 3 of Austin Dillon and the 4 of Kevin Harvick. 3, I actually know who that is. That's Mickey and Jeffy show. So he's really enthusiastic about this. Let's see how he does. Falls in behind the 1 of Kurt Busch. He's fairly close. Kevin Harvick, however, does flip over coming down the track. Sorry y'all didn't see that, but anyways, there we go. Next up, the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 6 of Ryan Newman. So they go on the track very cleanly this time. 6 of Ryan Newman falls into 4th, and the Kyle Larson falls in behind Mickey and Jeffy show, still holding 2nd. So next up, 7 of Corey LaJoie and 8 of Tyler Reddick. Corey LaJoie takes the lead in front of Kurt Busch. Put those over to the side, and LaJoie holding first place at the moment. Kurt Busch 2nd, and Austin Dillon 3rd. Next up, Chase Elliott and Eric Almirola in the 9 and 10. Eric Almirola hits the bottom of the ramp and flips over in a similar fashion to Kevin Harvick. Chase Elliott hops up into 2nd, side by side with Kurt Busch actually. So good for him. Next up, Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney in the 11 and 12. Ryan Blaney falls into the 4th as Denny Hamlin side by side with Tyler Reddick near the back of the pack. 3 wide for 2nd at the moment. And the 13 of Landon Castle falls up into 2nd, and Mickey and Jeffy show falls outside of the top 5, along with Austin Dillon, same driver. So still 6th place isn't bad. You're still in the round of 8. And you have the 15 of J.J. Yaley and the 17 of Chris Buescher. Now, Chris Buescher falls into the back of the 5 wide thing. J.J. Yeley actually at 3rd now. That's surprising. So, Mickey and Jeffy show in 8th. Let's see if he can hold that on. That's all the cars out of the immediate vicinity. So next we have Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. Let's see how this does. Kyle Busch, pretty bad run compared to the rest of them. Martin Truex Jr. even worse. He's like several car lengths off of Ryan Newman there. Not a good run by Joe Gibbs. Next up, we have another Joe Gibbs car, the 20 of Christopher Bell and the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Matt DiBenedetto falls ahead of Mickey and Jeffy Show. He is outside of the top 8 at the moment. And the 20 of Christopher Bell, like his teammates, the 18, the 11, and the 19, not a very good run by Joe Gibbs. Next, the 22 of Joey Logano and the 23 of Bubba Wallace. See how these two run. Toyota all around just not having a good day today. 3 Toyotas at the tail end of the pack, several car lengths off of Ryan Newman. Just not a good day all around for them. However, they are not last because of Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola, and Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick made it further than Almirola, so there we go. Now the 24 of William Byron in the C-Glass Chevrolet, and 33 of Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric jumps up onto the podium in 3rd. William Byron does not have enough to make it into the round of 8, so he will not be in the next round. Now we have the 34 and the 38 Front Row Motorsports teammates of Michael McDowell and Anthony Alfredo. Let's see how they do. Malcolm McDowell makes a run up into 4th, just ahead of Ryan Blaney and his teammates outside of the top 8. He will not move on. Now we have the 40 of Jamie McMurray and the, sorry, that's a non-intentional run, just moving back, and the 41 of Cole Custer. Cole Custer makes contact with Jamie McMurray. Jamie McMurray holds on to the top 8 run. Wonder if there's going to be some feuds behind that. Either way, Jamie McMurray holds on, and Cole Custer will not be in the top 8. Next, we have Ross Chastain and Eric Jones in the 42 and 43. So, Eric Jones flips upside down, though ahead of Kevin Harvick. Ross Chastain, however, jumped up onto the podium in 2nd, so he's in the top 8. Eric Jones now 4 cars from last place, so he, at the moment, is running 30th, as the way points go. Next is the 48 of Alex Bowman and the 53 of Garrett Smithley. Garrett Smithley jumps up into the top 8, and Alex Bowman outside, along with many of his Hendrick teammates. Garrett Smithley also, JJ Yeley and Garrett Smithley, both surprising, as they are both freeway racing cars, not known for their IndyCar or NASCAR racings. So next we have the 78 of BJ McLeod, or McLeod, I don't know how to say his name, and the 88 of Noah Gragson. We have a new leader as Noah Gragson jumps into the lead in front of the 7 of Corey LaJoie. 78 of BJ McLeod does not even come close to getting a top 8 run. Next we have the 99 of Daniel Suarez and the 95 of Casey Kane. That driver may change. I haven't fully decided on who that is going to be. Anyways, can either of them make it into the top 8 and knock someone else out? it's just a big mess in the center of the pack. So last two cars, here we go. Neither of them make it, as the 99 of Gingosaurus spins out into the pack, and the 95 doesn't come close to making it to the top 8. So yeah, your top 8 will be given here in a few seconds. Now through magic, here is the top 8 right here. In first place is the 88 of Noah Gragson. And then second is the 7 of Corey LaJoie, then Ross Chastain, then Landon Castle, then Austin Cindric, then the 34 of Michael McDowell, then Chase Elliott, and JJ Yeley. These are all the cars that were in that big pack. This being 9th place, and then 10th, 11th, 12th, and so on. Kyle Busch being like Anthony Alfredo's in front of Kyle Busch. So, and then there's the 4 cars that were knocked out. Brad Keselowski, of course, in the back. He did not get going. So, let's get these cars loaded up and keep it going. Now, later on, as the season goes, the runnings will be determined in the point standing. So, like, first and second will go head-to-head in the beginning of the race. And then later, in the later rounds, it's going to be finishing position in the first round. So, like, Chase Elliott and JJ Yeley, who finished 7th and 8th, will go against each other. Right now, that is who is going against each other, so here you go. JJ Yeley jumps in front of Chase Elliott. Though both decent runs, they look to be faster than Kurt Busch's first immediate run in the beginning of the race. Next, we have the 34 and 33 of both Michael McDowell and Austin Cindric. See how they do. Michael McDowell jumps ahead of Austin Cindric, but falls in behind Chase Elliott. Now, all 4 of those cars, by default, are in the round of 4, but we still have 4 more cars going, so could there be an upset winner? We don't know. So now the 13 of Landon Castle and the 42 of Ross Chastain. Can either of them overtake the 33 or 34? Knock them out. Ross Chastain makes a huge run up into first place, several car lengths ahead of Chase Elliott. Landon Castle will not get a chance after round of 4. He falls out behind. Austin Cindric also knocked out as well. Now the last 2 cars in the round of 8, Corey LaJoie and Noah Gragson. Can either of them knock out both the 34 of Michael McDowell and 33 of Austin Cindric? Chase Elliott, JJ Yeley, and Ross Chastain all locked in to the round of 4. Excuse me, Chase Elliott is at a only JJ Yeley and Ross Chastain are locked in. So here we go. Noah Gragson jumps up into 2nd place. Chase Elliott stays in 4th place. As Corey LaJoie, your round 1 2nd place finisher, falls into 2nd place, or 5th place, excuse me. And he will be knocked out along with Landon Castle, Austin Cindric, and Michael McDowell. So, excuse me for a moment. Okay, the 4 cars are loaded up into the racetrack, and Chase Elliott and JJ Yeley jumping out in first. So here we go. JJ Yeley at the moment is your race leader. Could he hold that and keep it in the lead to win the first ever Allied Cup Series race? Now, along with that, we have Ross Chastain and Noah Gragson. It's just an Alex Bowman car, that's why I keep getting mixed up. Can either of them take the lead from JJ Yeley and win the first race? Or chaos can ensue, both of them flip? Who knows? Here we go. And the 88 of Noah Gragson will win the first Allied Downhill Racing Race 1 by several car lengths in front of JJ Yeley, which is still a nice run. He's only 10 points out from Noah Gragson now as the points stand. So obviously, if you want to look at how the point system works, just look at the finishing or points standings, after this race, and it will essentially tell you everything how the point system works. There's no special points for like leading a round or anything, but Noah Gragson wins race 1, and JJ Yeley in second, Chase Elliott in third, and Ross Chastain in fourth. So we'll go over your finishing results here in a moment. So here we go, your finishing results. Brad Keselowski in dead last. He didn't even get off the ramp. Aric Almirola in second. He flips off the ramp. Kevin Harvick also flipped off the ramp, but landed in front of Aric Almirola. Landon Cassill, your last flip of today, he more or less just slid down the track upside down. No idea how he got upside down. Then Jamie McMurray, terrible run. Garrett Smithley, not much better. Then you have Kurt Busch and